So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me now. So I was going to sleep, and then I started seeing a bunch of visions of like cards, the cards that I used to use back in the day. And for some reason, it's like my if my discernment wasn't as sharp, I would have instantly started reading what they meant. But something was like, no, right? And I started to rebuke it. As I started to rebuke it, I was like, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke in the mighty name of Jesus. And I started speaking in tongues. And all of a sudden, it started to vanish, right? As it vanished, I opened my eyes, and I remember a few weeks back, I had a dream of a door, and I heard knocking at a door. And when I saw the knocking of the door in my vision, and I looked at the door, and I'm like, maybe I should open it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna open it. And I looked, there was a lock on it, right? And God was like, that was a few weeks ago. So now that I'm seeing this dream, right? Not this dream, sorry, this vision of it, and I rebuked it, and I opened my eyes, I remembered that I instantly heard they're trying so hard, and then I instantly heard they're shooting arrows at you. So when people try to, or when these spirits or witches or whoever is bugging you tries to shoot arrows at you, the arrows are whatever it is they're trying to get you to do, whatever path they're trying to get you to fall back on, whatever temptation they're throwing at you. So those are the arrows. It's not always literal arrows, right? That's what God was showing me. It's not always like an arrow, right? Sometimes the arrow could be lust. The arrow can be theft. The arrow can be slander, So they will get you to do things that they know that you're not supposed to do. God rebuked me from tarot and stuff. God released me from that. So the fact that those were coming in, I knew it wasn't from God, because he told me to obey and to stop doing that. So I'm like, why would he be showing me this now, right? So when I rebuked it, that's when I was able to see the full message. And not only that, so once I put the message together, I'm like, Lord, am I right? Am I right about the message? I closed my eyes. Guess what the Lord showed me? He showed me a group of angels playing the violin and playing all these instruments like an orchestra. And he knows I love music. So he was letting me know, he was cheering me on, letting me know that I got the message correct, right? And I felt really good that I got the message correct. Not only that, but I felt good that I was strong enough to rebuke it. So you guys have to remember that when you see stuff in your visions and stuff, it's important to rebuke, because they will shoot arrows at you. Like I said, the arrows may not specifically be an actual arrow. It will be things to get you to go back onto the wrong path, or to get you to be tempted. If you were into drugs, they'll shoot the drugs of arrows at you. Okay, like they'll shoot arrows of drugs at you. If you're into theft, they'll shoot arrows of theft at you. So it's like temptation coming in. If you're a kingdom husband, or a man, if you're a man and you're into like, lust and stuff, they'll shoot arrows of lust of women at you. Do you get where I'm coming from? So that's what God was showing me. You have to be strong enough to rebuke, in the mighty name of Jesus, to rebuke. Okay. And you have to be strong enough to do that. All right, so I wanted to share that with you, because he showed me the orchestra after. And then he showed me one of the violinists that passed away, named Elijah, the boy that was killed. He showed me that. So I'm not sure if he showed me that relating to, because I know Elijah loved violins, right? So I wasn't sure if he was showing me that because he was using that as to remind me of Elijah the prophet, name-wise, or if he was showing me that there was a tie to that. But he showed me an orchestra of angels playing violins and stuff, and I was like, what? And then what he also did was showing me that message was letting me know that the fact that I chose to obey. Oh, let me tell you something. Okay, I remember this part. Okay, so see, I'm excited now, because I remember, I'm like, where's the other part of the message? And I don't remember if I wrote it down or not, but I'm like, where is it? Okay, so when he showed me the orchestra and the violin and stuff, right? What he was telling me was that because you left, and I'm going to be straight up, because I left that path, right? And I did not choose to go back. I chose to obey the Lord, even though times were rough at the time I left, because I left during a pandemic, and I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to survive? What's going on here? I did not let that tempt me into going back. I did not let that tempt me into, disobeying God. I chose to obey. And because of that, he blessed me with a bunch more opportunities. So what he was showing me is, with the orchestra, he said, because you chose to obey, I'm bringing you back to your first love, which is music. Music is my first love. Of course, God, my first love, but I'm talking about career-wise. Music is my first love because I'm a writer, all of that, right? So, phone call. So, he was letting me know, like, because you shut this door, I was able to open other doors for you. And that's why the angels were playing an orchestra, because it's like Stephanie's back to her first love, because that was kind of pulling me away from my original, where I'm supposed to be, because it was a distraction. One, yes, I was supposed to be there because I was supposed to help a lot of people, right? And had I not been there, I would not have you guys here today. So it was for a reason. But what he was showing me is my obedience brought me back to my first love. So now I'm able to pursue things in that other area because of my obedience, right? So not only that, this is why I got excited, because this is how I know that was a message too, because after he showed me the orchestra, he literally started singing a song. This is the song the Lord gave me. Copyright. If anyone tries to steal this song, y'all know I said it first, okay? But I just want to show you guys because he wants me to show you guys. So the song was Standing Up For Me, Standing Up For Me, right? So he was I saw the Lord singing the song, and he was saying, standing up for me, standing up for me. So he was basically saying, thank you for standing up for me, because in order to obey God, you can't care what people think about you. And he says, blessed are those who are crucified for my name's sake, right? So when you obey God, people will turn against you for choosing to obey God. And if you continue to choose to obey, that means you're standing up for God. You're standing up for him, right? So he came in with a song like, standing up for me, standing up for me. He was like, thank you for standing up for me. And then he showed me a prophetess, another woman who's a prophetess, singing the song. So I was like, oh, she's going to be singing the song. Ah. And she's someone that watches my video, right? I'm not going to say her name. I don't want to say her name without asking her or anything like that. So, but she's a real prophetess, and she watches my videos, and he was showing me her singing my song, and I was like, oh. So, and then I heard, good job, you did good job. So, y'all, just stand up for God. Don't be afraid to stand up for God, okay? Never, because God is not afraid to stand up for you. All right. And the other message with that was also, like, if you ever hear a knock on the door when you're sleeping, make sure that you rebuke, make sure you get confirmation. But I'm telling you, when I heard the knock on that door and I looked there, I couldn't even walk through that door if I wanted to, because there was a lock on it. The Lord was like, Anyways, I love y'all. I have another video. It's about food. I know y'all already know this, but he showed me a confirmation, and this is how I know it's for y'all, because I don't even eat this stuff, okay? But they were trying so hard, because remember how I said when they showed me these visions, God came in and said they're trying so hard, and he was saying they're trying so hard because they also showed me visions of something else, which is relating to food. But I'm gonna tell you guys that in the next message, okay? Love you guys so much. Bye.